What is going on, guys? It is BenQ here, back with a new guide. Now, in this guide, we'll be talking about the best ways of using the grapple hook. So guys, let's get to it. The new Grappler is a really good item to use if you've got the room. Now, it's got many different pros about it, and the first one we'll get into is the fast rotations. So, especially if you're going for a pinch, the Grappler is a super quick way to catch up to your opponents. Now, yes, the impulses and the bounces are also great ways to get around much quicker. If anything, they could be quicker, but the main reason why the Grappler is so good on pinches is because once you grapple onto something, you're flying in super quick and super precise. So, the speed you grapple at is fast, and you're also able to be much more accurate to where you want to land compared to a bouncer or an impulse. Here's a quick example of me showing you guys one of its strong points. So, catching an opponent off quickly. I've spotted an opponent up on the depots and I grappled my way up for a super quick shotgun shot. Now, I did miss the first shot, but had I hit it, that would have been an instant death for my opponent. So, I recommend you use a grappler at any point you spot an opponent up ahead and you're able to latch onto any object around them. This will usually work best in rural areas that have lots of cover around. Now, the next thing I want to quickly talk about is just using it to get up to places. So, it's a super good material saver if you can grapple somewhere up high instead of building towards it, especially if you spotted a build battle up ahead. By using the grappler here, I probably saved around 150 wood. Epic does provide you with 15 shots, which is an insane amount, and I think you'll get nerfed to a lower amount sooner or later. Now, I think the reason they added 15 shots is because they think players are going to constantly be grappling around, which is not the case. Using this thing smart and when you really have to is the right thing to do, which is what we've been talking about. Now, you can also see I got the high ground at an instant, and claiming the high ground with the grappler is its strongest feature for sure. I was able to get the high ground without undershooting or overshooting the spot I want to land at. High ground claiming with the bonus of precision basically sums up the grappler. After fighting this opponent for a while, I was finally able to eliminate him. He started taking shots at me and I grappled right up to him and sprayed him down. Now, this was risky because I did miss my shotgun shot, but if you can hit that shotgun crit, you can usually get a pretty easy finisher onto your opponent. Now, here's another good high ground example. These players just finished up a fight and the last player alive started healing inside a box. So I took shots, and as I did that, he tried building up. But I instantly got the high ground because I used the materials that were already pre-built and got right up onto them. I avoided the need to build myself up and not guaranteeing to even make it to the high ground, especially if my opponent is good with applying pressure. I skipped all the issues by just using one grappler, so you guys can see how strong it is. It's just an absolute great item to use. Now, this last high ground example is focused around pre-built forts. Anytime you spot a fort that's built, guess what? You can claim it pretty quickly. No need to double ramp yourself up towards the fort because a grappler is just a super quick item to use. Now, one thing to take note of is if your opponent does spot you, then you most likely lost the chance to grapple onto the fort because he'll most likely have a pretty solid angle to spray you down as you do it. You also don't want to hop inside his fort with the grappler because he can place traps or shotgun you as you drop in. So what I'm trying to say is that you only want to grapple into a fort if your opponent has no clue you're sneaking up. Although a lot of the times you can cover the top part of the fort with a staircase or a ramp and proceed to build up. That way you avoid being inside the fort with your opponent. This is the better option to execute if you do grapple towards the fort. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is item slots. So if I got myself a grappler and a sniper, I'll usually drop my AR. So I'll have an SMG, pump, sniper, grappler, and minis. ARs are great to take up an opponent from medium to long ranges, but the moment you've got rid of your AR, you now have to change up your playstyle. You want to make sure you're getting much closer towards your opponent before even trying to take shots with your SMG. It all depends on the SMG you got too. So if I'm running a P90, then I most likely won't shoot from a medium distance. If I got any other SMG, then I can usually shoot it at a medium range. So make sure you're changing up your playstyle once you've dropped that AR. Up close and personal will be your strong point. So guys, to conclude this guide, the grappler is really good at getting the high ground back with precision, movement, and speed. Opening a fight with it can end the fight in an instant. Just so many good ways to use it. So let me know in the comments below if you guys enjoy using the grappler, or maybe what your favorite loadout is to use with it. A like and a sub will be greatly appreciated, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and night, and I'll see you on the next one.